E oggi continuiamo a invocare lo Spirito Santo perché susciti volontà e gesti di dialogo e di riconciliazione in Terra Santa e in tutto il Medio Oriente. Sono lieto di annunciare che il 29 giugno terrò un concistoro per la nomina di 14 nuovi cardinali. La loro provenienza esprime la universalità della Chiesa, che continua ad annunciare l'amore misericordioso di Dio a tutti gli uomini della terra.
Yo he sido un enamorado de la cultura. Para mí la cultura es como la entiende la Iglesia. ¿Qué es la cultura? El hombre criatura de Dios, con un potencial inmenso de bondad, con un potencial inmenso de sabiduría, con un potencial inmenso de sacrificio, con un potencial de entendimiento y diálogo.
Nessuno può ignorare la nostra responsabilità morale a sfidare la globalizzazione dell'indifferenza, il far finta di niente davanti a tragiche situazioni di ingiustizia che domandano un'immediata risposta umanitaria. Tra le questioni umanitarie più presenti che la comunità internazionale ha ora di fronte vi è la necessità di accogliere, proteggere, promuovere e integrare quanti fuggono promuovere la giustizia da guerra o fame o sono costretti da discriminazioni, persecuzioni, povertà e degrado ambientale a lasciare le loro terre.
Hello! When establishing the Eucharist, Jesus took the bread and said, "Take it, this is my body." He invites us to be in communion with Him and through Him with each other as well. I invite you to worship together Jesus Christ present in the Holy Eucharist on Saturday of the Feast of Corpus Christi, 2nd of June 2018, starting at 5 p.m. In 2017, at the Feast of Christ the King, there were 30,000 of us who prayed together in 18 countries at 840 locations. Preparing for the International Eucharistic Congress in Budapest in 2020, we would like to worship Jesus at 2020 sites globally. To reach this, we need you to join us with your parish, with your community. Please register at our website corpusdomini.iec2020.hu and be part of the greatest Eucharistic adoration so far.
Allora ci servirebbe un ricostituente forte. È Lui, la forza di Dio. È Lui che, come professiamo nel credo, dà la vita. Quanto ci farebbe bene assumere ogni giorno questo ricostituente di vita. Dire al risveglio: vieni Santo Spirito, vieni nel mio cuore, vieni nella mia giornata. Spirito Santo, vento impetuoso di Dio, soffia su di noi, soffia nei nostri cuori e facci respirare la tenerezza del Padre. Soffia sulla Chiesa e spingila fino agli estremi confini perché portata da sé non porti nient'altro che te. Soffia sul mondo il tepore delicato della pace e il fresco ristoro della speranza. Vieni Spirito Santo, cambiaci dentro e rinnova la faccia della terra. Amen.
Allora, noi siamo i Vigili del Fuoco del Comando Provinciale di Roma. In questa giornata siamo qui in numero di 16 unità, di cui 14 salgono sulla cupola, sulla sfera del Pantheon e si predispongono per lanciare i petali di rosa al termine della celebrazione. Il significato è molto semplice e anche evidente, che lo Spirito Santo scende su tutti noi e attraverso questo segno di petali di rosa che vengono regalati, vengono offerti da una comunità che è della provincia di Salerno. Sì, lo scegliamo in base loro hanno delle specializzazioni che servono proprio per avere la protezione e calarsi dall'alto, e questo è il gruppo che porta, che comanda, e dietro a loro ci sono anche i colleghi che a turno ogni anno si danno disponibilità a andare a fare questo lavoro.
Story is one about changing productivity. So we have 3.5 billion people connected to the internet now. The third story is about
Airbnb, the largest accommodation provider, owns no real estate. Now that is, I think, summarizes what new platforms are all about.
You called it digital divide, but what we need is e-commerce inclusiveness, that's what you said. But this requires the participation and agreement of all parties involved. Can this be achieved, in your opinion?
I think there is a perception that certain people are getting too rich. Billions without end. Why? Because they made too much money. But this on the other, so it means that what you are saying is exactly something went wrong. So it means these changes of technology and brought a certain kind of disproportionate richness. And this is also people felt, so it means we have good people, we have people that feel responsible also socially.
To promote social progress and better standards of life in larger freedom could be implemented through the creation of a better and more effective system of international economic cooperation, whereby the division into the world into areas of poverty and plenty will be banished, and prosperity will be achieved by all.
The division of the world into areas of poverty and plenty. It seems that it is unfortunately exactly what mankind always tried to sustain throughout all history.
Yeah. That is a sad news, probably. Now, let's say, in the past, richness was linked to property, to I don't know, to certain resources. Today, a lot of richness is linked to the knowledge, which is already much better. And in the future, we believe it will be more and more. So it means it will be important you, not what you have. So this is what is making me more hopeful for the future. I think hopefully, I hope this, that this will somehow enter into the general perception of how richness can be built, and also certainly, as I said a little bit before, the responsibility towards sharing. Sharing is a duty. Sharing is not an option.
The Holy See is well aware that our future goal should be to work together toward generating new models of economic progress more clearly directed to the universal common good, inclusion and integral development, the creation of labor and investment in human resources, as said the Pope.
Yeah, here you quoted the Pope. New models towards common good. And showing us the way towards this goal, isn't that what all social encyclicals, exhortations of popes, from Leo XIII in Rerum Novarum in 1891 already, all the way to Pope Francis in Laudato Si 2015 try to accomplish and to tell us?
Yeah. It is, I think, unfortunately, probably, we think that human society can be fixed through small regulations. No? You do certain laws and it's better. It's better, but it's not fixed. You do something else, it's better. It's better, but it's not fixed. The rich people can always give to the poor people, we say, and it's good, because otherwise poor people would never get anything. It's better, but it's not enough. This is the problem. No? What Pope are saying is it must be changed in the heart. It's conversion, Pope says. It's a conversion is typically a spiritual term. No? If you don't change your principle, let's say, the basis of your thinking, if you don't start thinking on the common good, not private good, not my good, common good, of the future that is good only if it's good for everybody, on anything else, my responsibility, sharing and so on, you never achieve the real goal. You just fix. It is like a retouch in the photography, no? You change something, but it's not better. So it means this is why it's a vocation of spiritual nature. This is why the church has always to say, although it seems to be almost ridiculous why the church will have so many holy see would say for e-commerce. But it is, if we do not convert to the real values of the human being, we will not reach the real goal.
What we think we can do is use digital networks to not just allow us constantly parasitic behavior, but to allow knowledge about it to catch up with those engaged and grappled with, trying to ensure that consumers can be confident when they buy things like tea or chocolate, that they aren't
Bueno, el acto, digamos, que se desarrolló en dos momentos o en dos partes distintas. La primera parte, sin el Papa Francisco, solo con el iniciador del camino, Kiko Argüello, que hizo algún canto y también anunció el querigma, esta buena noticia de la muerte y resurrección de Jesucristo. Después, a las 11 de la mañana, llegó el Papa Francisco, hizo un giro, una vuelta bastante larga, de unos cuantos minutos en el papamóvil, saludó a las familias con muchísimos niños que estaban allí esperando, etcétera, y luego ya se procedió, digamos, al acto en particular y en concreto. ¿En qué consistió? Por un lado, en el envío de 36 nuevas misioadyentes, esto es 4 o 5 familias junto a un presbítero que son enviadas a petición de los obispos a zonas descristianizadas, a cualquier parte del mundo. Por ejemplo, una misio fue o tiene que ir a Kazajistán, otras a Holanda, otras a México, etcétera. Bueno, muchos países.
I must be honest, we come from a very bourgeois reality, so to go to South Africa has been quite a big change. But the Lord never disappointed us. He has showed us His providence in very little things. Our children are I can say, are in first line. They are those who have given us their courage, because they are simple. They are not like us with lots of barriers. They enter in contact with the reality very easily, and I can say they are the first evangelizer.
So we're so happy to have the Neo-Catechumenate, the Camino, and they are the group who are here visiting Rome at the moment, and they do wonderful work. What is positive in their approach is that they work as communities, they emphasize the scripture, and South Africa is a very biblical country.
Sull'esempio della Santa Famiglia, in umiltà semplicità e lode. Portate questa atmosfera familiare in tanti luoghi desolati e privi di affetto. Fatevi riconoscere come gli amici di Gesù. Tutti chiamate amici e di tutti siate amici.
El otro gran momento fue el envío de 25 comunidades en misión, que significa comunidades que han terminado ya este itinerario de iniciación cristiana, son enviadas o son implantadas en otras parroquias para ayudar en la pastoral. Suelen ser parroquias que, bueno, pues tienen poca feligresía, están situadas en la periferia también de la ciudad, en este caso en la periferia de Roma. Entonces, digamos que el camino hizo en esta celebración de los 50 años lo que el Papa tantas veces ha dicho de una iglesia en salida, una iglesia que vaya en busca de la oveja perdida. Y esto a Kiko le gusta decir, al iniciador del camino le gusta decir que el camino se termina así, llamando a los alejados de la fe. Esto es lo que hace el camino. Una vez que se renueven las promesas bautismales, esa persona que ha renovado estas promesas bautismales, que ya tiene, digamos así, una fe adulta, va a evangelizar, y es así como se termina el camino.
Well, first of all, I would say that today, in fact, it's the 8th March for Life, but if the March for Life in Italy has started, it is thanks to the Washington March in the United States. And what we want to do is to create, first of all, a culture of life in Italy, and then, of course, to stop the law on abortion. The message of today to our politicians is that after 40 years we have to stop this genocide of our country, and so we ask them first of all to take all funds away from the budget of our country, as also heard that Trump did for the abortion clinics.
Demographical problems in Italy are very, very, very high. And if we don't fight abortion, we are committing a crime against people, against souls, but also against the future of our country.
So I think that is a very, very, very good experience to have a child like this, like Giuseppe, because they only bring joy in your life, and they somehow force you to be the best person you can be. So I think that there is nothing to be scared of, unless you're scared of joy, but there's nothing to be scared of joy. I think this, and it's not a matter of faith, it's a matter of fact, because I think that God has nothing to do with the fact that we should not kill people just because people are ill. We should not kill people just because people are innocent.
And right now we're doing exactly the same thing. We're treating people as if they're things, whereas each one of us, regardless of the color of our skin, regardless of our social status, regardless of our intellectual abilities or our physical abilities, regardless, we are children of God. It's unjust to kill an innocent human being, and especially in the womb, because in the womb, this is where it's sacred. This is where God himself creates life. And to enter into the sanctuary of life itself and destroy it is an attack against God.